I'm Tim Skinner, lead pastor of Church in Motion, and on behalf of Church in Motion and the Mall of Georgia, welcome. I want to invite you to something brand new taking place here at the Mall of Georgia. Starting May the 4th on a Sunday at 11 a.m. begins the journey of Church in Motion, and you're invited. Everybody is welcome, from babies to boomers. Now visit us on our website at churchinmotion.tv for more details. I want to walk out the steps and show you exactly where we're meeting here at the Mall of Georgia. So come on, let's go. Thank you. You too. So here we are at the Mall of Georgia Conference Center. The journey begins right here.
You're the God of this city. You're the King of these people. You're the Lord of this nation. You are. And you're the light in this darkness. You're the hope to the hopeless. You're the peace to the restless. You are. 'Cause there is no one like our God. There is no one like our God. For greater things have yet to come, and greater things are still to be done in this city. Greater things have yet to come, and greater things are still to be done in this city. You're the God of this city. You're the King of these people. You're the Lord of this nation. You are. You're the light in this darkness. You're the hope to the hopeless. You're the peace to the restless. You are. For there is no one like our God. There is no one like our God. Greater things have yet to come. Greater things are still to be done in this city.
When we first began this church, I was reading in 2 Kings 4, verses 8 through 10. It was a story about Elijah coming to a town of Shunammah. And here's the story. One day Elijah went to the town of Shunammah. A wealthy woman lived there, and she urged him to come to her home for a meal. After that, whenever he passed that way, he would stop in there for something to eat. In verse 9, she said to her husband, "I am sure this man who stops in here from time to time is a holy man of God. Let's build a small room for him on the roof and furnish it with a bed, with a table, with a chair, and with a lamp, and then he will have a place to stay whenever he comes by." Now, when I started reading this, I started thinking about this woman prepared a place for the prophet of God to stay. What she was doing, she was preparing a room for the presence of God. As I started thinking about that, not necessarily in a theological standpoint, but I started thinking, how can I prepare the room of Church in Motion to see people's lives change? How can I prepare the room for God to move in my life and in church? And I thought of 4 things. So 1, the lamp represents the Word. That in our life, in church services, and through the week, that our lives are going to be centered around the Word of God. 2, the bed. The bed represents an atmosphere of worship in our services and in our life. That we're going to live the other 6 days a week in a place of worship. And the other thing was the table. The table for us at Church in Motion represents workers, team church, the body, that we're coming together. We can do more together than apart. That we're coming together to serve those that will come to us in the church services and out of church services. And the last thing was the chair. The chair represents the world. That people are going to come to us and they're going to be a little bit messy. But messy people make Church in Motion meaningful. And that we're always going to engage the world. And we're not only going to engage the world, we're also going to invite them into our world and into our church services. And so at Church in Motion, we're always going to have a place at the table for the lost, for the disconnected. Church in Motion is all about loving, laughing, building, and reaching people for Jesus.